So the wind's picked up here again, so it's going to be noisy and flapping around in the background. I'll try to speak up for everybody. I found a couple little pieces of small chunks of hardboard. Okay, so I'm just going to make some little pieces of terrain for my lizardmen. I'm just rounding the corners. I'm using my wire cutters because I'm lazy and I don't want to find a saw. And Wolfa, man, good nice. If you're going to invest in one of these, get a good one. Don't buy one of those cheap ones unless you're going to use it for goop. And I've got a bunch of the cheap dollar store type ones, and I use those for, you know, for messy type work. You know, when you're cutting stuff that's all wet and, you know, plaster and glue and stuff, eh? So anyways, what I'm doing right here is I'm leveling down the sides of this hardboard, eh? Just so that it's not so square. I hate that 1/8 inch, you know, hard edge. Now you can use a knife like this, unless your mama won't let you play with knives. Then grab a wood rasp. Just don't follow the furniture, and you can do the same sort of thing, eh? Usually, after I've gone over it with a knife, hey, I'll give it a wood rasp anyways, just to so it's not smooth, and then it'll take it down to pieces that I missed, you know. So, anyways, and yeah, it is better to go down than it is up. It all depends, hey. This is good wood rasp, eh? It's flat on one side and round on the other side. You know, one of those half rounds. This is a good one. I used it, you know, like a dollar store type one for years, because I mean, face it, most of the time you're just filing foam anyways. Okay, so there. Now we've got a nice base around it. It's still square but rounded. Okay, and I'm going to use a piece of this 1-inch foam. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to make a barrier obstacle type thing, eh? I'm going to make it in kind of lizardman fashion. I'm going to make a snake, okay? As if it was a piece of a block of something or other that they've carved into a snake. So now I'll use this one just because that's one I was talking about. But I have little guys too that I use for shaping this stuff. Same sort of thing, coarse file, not the real smooth riffler type files. They look like that, but they're coarse, eh? They're for like a rasp. The other thing I use sometimes is a wood shaver. This is a one that I got at a home hardware type thing, eh? These are replaceable, and it's very similar to a drywaller's rasp, or one that they use for auto body. Except for it's, you know, it's nice, small, and it's curved, and it's got a handle on it, okay? So for rounding this foam and stuff like that, this thing works pretty good. So I'm just going to round the top of this a bit, and the sides. I'm going to keep the bottom edge flat, okay? Because I want to make one of those, what do you call them? Aztec-y type looking snakes. You know, I'll show you as I go. Now the wood rasp, this is all really rough, eh? It's good if you're putting a coating of the gooping type stuff on it. Like here, this is lizardmen type related. Okay, this has got a coating of the goop on it already. It's only got one, but so it needs a couple more. And you can see that it's fairly rough and clean. Okay, if you don't have sandpaper, I use these sanding sponges a lot for this too. Eh? I'll just give this one a quick sand. I'm not quite done, but just show you. See, that smooths it up nice, eh? But the other thing to do is you can take your heat gun, like. Off camera. One of these. This is a paint stripper type one, eh? Well, I can't do that, Lord. I got the computer on inside. Same circuit, friggin' doing an upload of one of these videos right now. Anyways, you can see that also takes off that pill. Boy, that was close. And then that'll fit on there. I try to do all my carving stuff ahead of time. I'll just show you what I'm going to do. Sharpies work really good for figuring out your plan. Okay. So now I was going to do kind of a curvy type snake, but I think I'll do one of those squarish type ones. Okay. So we'll give them a sharp, pointy tail. And I'll show you in a minute. Okay, see I'm kind of drawing the lines where I'm going to be carving it, okay? Now, on something like this where you're not measuring, work from both ends, okay? So I want a big head on this snake. I want it to come from the bottom, so yeah, big head. So I'm going to make a fairly big piece over here for the head. Actually, that works out good, okay? So I don't know if you can follow that, okay? Anyways, I usually draw on it where I'm going to be doing my carving, just because it aids. Okay, and then if you got a big file like this, well, go lightly. If you got the little ones, and you know, I've got a Dremel too, and yeah, but then you've got it flying around so much, and you've also got finer particular matter that's flying around in the air, you know, and face it, I mean, you don't really want to be breathing in any dusts, like even if it's just, you know, sawdust and stuff like that, eh? Like, so if you got, you know, if you want to use your Dremel, yeah, go ahead, but wear a mask, okay? Okay. Maybe I should zoom in here a little bit so you can actually see this a little bit better. I'll try to hold it up as I'm doing it. Okay. That kind of fills in. Okay. So what I'm doing is I'm rounding off the coils of the snake. I'm going to leave these bottom ones here for now because I'll probably have time to use something finer than this. That's the head piece, so kind of rough it in a bit just so you don't get lost, okay, when you're pre-carving. Now, I know for some people this is like really simplistic, and for other people you've never even thought of doing this with foam before. But am I showing this right here? Okay, there we go. Because I mean, I've been in the, you know, arts crafts type store, and people come in and ask for that foam that they carve. Okay, well, man, yeah, don't go to your arts and crafts store. Don't go to a hobby type store for this shit. You got to go to like you know, a building hardware type store, eh? And not just a little hardware store. You need to go to a building, you know, people that sell wood and insulation and all that shit. Okay. Anyways, if you buy it at them, we're too close, aren't we? If you buy it from them, it'll be a heck of a lot cheaper. And face it, you know, a lot of the pieces this size, oh, these are free, man. Just go to any place that they're building and just say, hey, I make little miniature buildings and stuff like that. Can I raid your garbage pile? And they'll go, oh, what do you mean? Well, I just wanted little pieces of, you know, some foam and maybe a couple of, you know, sticks and stuff. I just make it out of scrap wood. Oh, okay, well, yeah, it's over there. You know, so you go over there and just grab a few and then say thank you. And I mean, you'll have tons of this stuff to work with. Okay. Anyway, so